Zane, can you talk about what it's like to start off with a win in the Michelin Pilot class? It's not NASCAR, but I
Yeah,
mean,
still super cool. Anytime you want to have the opportunity to race at Daytona is always a cool day, but anytime you could win at Daytona is a very special day you always remember. And so to start our year out that way was a great thing. A start to hopefully another great year, and just ready to get things going.
can you talk about the difficulty when it comes to trying to qualify at the 500 but not have any practice for it?
Yeah, crazy, especially when it's your first lap, I guess, is qualifying, and that one's going to go by pretty quick, and then pretty much your second lap is going to be in the duels. So hopefully we're qualifying on time, but who knows? But regardless, I know FRM has always shown strength on super speedways, and the Fords have always shown strength, how well they work together. So hopefully we could be in a duel with a lot of Fords and transfer in.
Like McDowell, former winner of this race, has he given you any tips at all? Have you kind of talked to him at all or anything like that?
Very briefly. I plan to probably this week as we're coming up on it, but there's only so much you could do, and at least for qualifying, our job is done as soon as we get through the gears for the most part, and then once the duels get going, it's up to us to transfer in. Fortunately, these cars are still tough to get, and so even I think the guys that have qualified in will be racing smart. Which for me, if I don't, this will be my 500 to try to get in. So I'm ready to get things rolling and see where we stack up.
Zane, can you talk about the depth of field in the Truck Series this year? Obviously, you've got way more Fords this year with Four Sport joining that contingent, but you've also got Tricon expanding and really growing their program, which kind of adds to the pot there. What do you think?
Yeah, the Truck Series is, I feel like, been stacked for years now, and it's cool seeing the manufacturers get really involved again, and then obviously the different teams. It's a lot of similar faces, but a lot of movement around of different teams or different personnel on the team, and so it'll be exciting to watch how that goes down. I know there's a good bit of new rookies, which I'll be hosting the rookie meetings now, and so I should get to know them some, but yeah, I feel like on the truck side, even with these teams that are growing, I've heard a lot of rumors of a lot of the Cup guys that are going to be doing select starts in the trucks, and so I'm a big fan personally of when we get them on the truck side and out racing with us on Friday nights.
Saying it doesn't seem, I guess it wasn't very long ago when you didn't really know what your future was at the end of the season.
Yeah.
A couple years later, you're a Truck Series champion. You have a schedule of Cup Series races lined out, including trying to make the Daytona 500. Has it kind of been a whirlwind, sort of? Speaking?
Yeah, I feel like I've lived about 5 different lifetimes in my 3 years of truck that I've had, just with the amount of ups and downs there's been. It's crazy that I'm sitting here now thinking back of, man, we've won a championship for one, but we're going to attempt to make the Daytona 500. I never thought that day would be here, and so, especially at times. And so just super thankful for all the people that have, one, been involved in my life, and just the sponsorship side of the new partners that have came in. One that's on me right now, in Ambetter Elf and our WellCare Ford Mustang. It's super cool to see their involvement pretty much over the past couple of years, especially last year sponsoring the New Hampshire race, and now they have a horse in the race, and so hopefully I can represent them well, and it's a start of a great relationship.
What did it mean to you for Bob Jenkins to kind of take a chance on you and sign you into a longer deal that most people don't usually get these days as sort of a development program?
Yeah. I mean, for me to go over there, I had to sign a pretty long-term deal, and I was all for it. To get any security in any professional sport, especially in NASCAR, is really tough thing. And so super thankful for Bob Jenkins and being under the Ford banner and just the support from everyone. I'm just super thankful for them, and knowing I have a job, and my first year at them went really great, and it'll be a tough one to back up, but I'm confident that we can, and it should be another fun year.
And while you got a championship going on this year, how much effort have you put into trying to get into this race?
A lot. One, this one pays good, and so you obviously want to make the Daytona 500, and it's really hard for these open teams. Just like I said, trying to get the personnel. All the good people are taken, and so that's something it's so crazy to realize. You hear about it, but when you're racing truck and Xfinity, those guys are off, so they can help out. And on the Cup side, they got their normal job, and so it's tough finding people to go out and do the best work possible, but the work ethic that Front Row Motorsports provides is just outstanding, and so I'm excited for it. Like I said, I don't know where we're going to qualify. I don't know if really anyone does, but I'm pretty confident that we'll race all right in the duels, and hopefully there's some Fords in our duels to tag along with.
Two cars are going to go home, obviously. How do you try? Is there pressure, or is it just excitement? I guess what is the current feel heading into tonight's qualifying session?
Yeah, I mean the pressure for me is just wanting to one, obviously get into the 500, but to prove to Ambetter Health and WellCare that hey, this is something that we could do, and obviously it's a risk every sponsor takes on an open car on trying to get in, but yeah, I mean the Daytona 500 just brings so much media, so much attention. It's almost like we end the year with the most attention, and then we start it back up with the most attention, and so it's kind of like Championship 4 Media Day all over again, and the pressure is back.
So following up on that, I mean, if you do manage to qualify either tonight or through the duels, what will those emotions be as you're standing there listening to the national anthem?
Huge. I mean, we won the truck race Friday night last year, and I stayed for the weekend to watch some friends that we grew up together. We've all been dreaming of one, racing a Cup car, better yet for the Daytona 500, and so it's just crazy the amount of fans that are here, and that just the atmosphere that it always Sunday brings, but the Daytona 500 is just way different, especially rolling through the infield here. The amount of people partying on a Tuesday night is just pretty cool to see how much these fans love it, and it's just it'll be a fun week regardless.
You mentioned
looking back at that super last minute Cup start for RFK Racing, filling in for Chris Buescher. I am so thankful for it, especially once I heard about our first lap will be qualifying. So I've at least driven the thing. I don't remember a ton of it, but I do remember it. And so I know there's a couple out there that this will be their first time getting in the thing. And so it's crazy. It'll be entertaining for people, but like I said, I've done a bunch of studying up on what I need to, and preparing the best I can for qualifying for my short time in it, and then and obviously been preparing some on the duels for what to expect, and do the best we can in it.
Off that, like, how tough is it not having practice before qualifying?
Yeah, I mean, I just wish there was, regardless if it was 20 minutes, 30 minutes, just to just drive the thing through the garage. Just the thing is just, it's way different than any car we drive with the camera, and they're asking me if I even want the mirror in it. I'm like, man, I think I want the mirror in it in case this camera fails. So just everything is different about it. Obviously the dash is way different. Steering, throttles, I mean, just the little things, how on everything else our throttle hangs from the top and comes down. Now the throttle and brake and clutch are all from the floorboard. And so these things sound little, but when you drive it every weekend, these things are huge. And so especially when you have a schedule like myself of where we go from the truck to the cup car, truck to the cup car. And so hopefully not making any mistakes, and I feel like if we do so, we should be able to transfer it.
Hey everyone, Zane Smith, driver number 38 Ford for Front Row Motorsports. Be sure to subscribe to Frontstretch on YouTube.